Welcome to Mart's Garage.
I bought this petrol tank recently off a friend of mine, Chris, who sometimes comments on the videos. I need to do a couple of jobs on it to make it suitable to using my 32. Now, one of the things that's been done to it is that it has this fitting in the top here. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how it was put in, but I'm going to get a wire brush and kind of prepare this area just to see what I've got here. Other than that, I've got a broken bolt there, and there's a couple of things here that I'm not sure about. There. And underneath, hang on, I'll just flip it over. Underneath, there's some areas here that I'm not sure about. It looks like it may have been soldered. That might just be like a pit in the solder, but it might be a hole. I don't know. But it is an original tank, and the good thing about it is that it has never had any sealant in it. It looks like there's a repair there as well. Hello. Right, I've done 3 things. First thing I've done is I've got this little brass fitting. I've also taken this and kind of hit it, but it's amazing how hard you have to hit it to get it to move. But that fits in that hole. I've got this straight edge here, and that passes over it. So what I'll do is I'll solder that in. Okay, I said I've done 3 things, didn't I? Making that was the first thing. Pushing that hole in is the second. And the third is kind of chocked the tank up so that this area is level or close to level. I think that can help a lot. Righto, so you can see what I'm going to do. I'll do my best, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm finished. I think that might be okay. Do you want to look from a lower angle? I think that might be okay. So I can cut that pip off now, and you know, hopefully it's made an effective repair. Okay, that has made a functional repair depending on a leak test. How to make it a cosmetically good repair is another matter. But anyway, I think that repair has taken. Now I don't normally use things without a guard, but these don't actually fit on my grinders with the guard on. Okay, that's lower than the surrounding metal all over now. That's lower than the surrounding metal all round. So that was a relatively easy little broken bolt removal. I just touched the end of the bolt with a grinder just to shine it up, so the weld was more prepared to stick to it, and just welded it to that washer. Didn't even bother welding a nut on it. Okay, good. Another little good job. Back in a bit. This is a Ford pop tank, and this is the sender unit. I'm going to try and use this sender unit in the 32. That's quite a neat little unit. Okay, I don't know whether this will fit the 32 tank, because for a start off this has got 5 holes in it, but I think 4 of those 5 holes are on the 6-bolt circle. What that means is I can either drill 2 holes there or drill and tap a hole there, but I have a feeling that this, the orientation of these holes, if you like, if this was a 6-hole circle, the 2 that are in line are kind of in line that way, that one and that one, whereas on that one I think the 6-hole circle, the 2 that are in line are that one and that, like that way. So let me have a look. Okay, finish with that now. Yeah, can you see what I'm saying? These ones are in line. You know, there's only 2 holes that are either that way or that way to the tank, and they're this way on that one and that way on the other one, on the pop tank. So I'm hoping there's, well, I don't know where this will have room to swing in here. I'm guessing maybe over that way. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, at that point there, these four are lined up. So I'll have to think about it. I don't know if there's room for this to swing over here. I'm going to look in now. But that's okay, I think, because the filler would be able to come towards the, you know, towards the area of the car where the fuel pot can go. Because I think it would be better if the float was crossways like that. That would be better because the float would be here. I suppose there would be alright as well. And all you want to do is know when you're running out, isn't it? You're not going to be trying to, yeah. I'm just trying to think things through in my mind. Just had visions of me snapping this piece off. Oh, that's alright, it's just come undone nice and easy, that's good. This is from an English Ford pop, and it uses exactly the same fittings as the American one. Look, you know, the Ford nut and the 1/4 inch olive. I've got one like this on my 33, except the one on the 33 is from a Ford Pilot and it actually has 6 bolts. And it fitted in the right relationship, I think. I might not be, not sure about that. Okay. I'll just leave that in loose. What I'm looking for is clearance problems under the floor. Okay. Right, I'll show you that a little bit more closely. If you're still going, which you are. So there's the sender. I think that would be okay. So like I say, I've either got to drill 2 holes in the sender there, or drill and tap a hole in the tank there. I'll probably drill 2 holes in the sender, because I can set this up on my milling machine. Okay, and there's the Ford type fitting, and that's where you go on for your tank, you know, sender unit. Whether I can get a gauge that's compatible is another matter, but you know, hey, that's what it is. 6 volts, of course, as well. Okay, let's offer this in then and see if it fits. I've got some things in the tank now that I need to get out. There's plenty of room under there. There's plenty of room there. It goes uphill slightly, doesn't it, as it goes in? Shove it in. Check for. There's the hole for the alignment there. You can't see it probably. There's the hole there. So that is in. And I can't see it, but one would assume that if you can lift the tank, it's clear. Yeah, which you can. Only a bit, but you can lift the tank. Thanks a lot then, I'll catch you on the next one. I just used my trusty old Blue Point flaring tool, and I don't think I've ever used it to do a single flare before. It's the first time I've ever done that. Like that screwed down on there. So let's hope that fits. That's a little bit longer than the other one. Let's hope that I can drill this. It's weird material. Oh, there you go. Okay. Let's hope it's in the right place. Let's go and put it on and have a look. Perfect. It's the first time I've ever done that. Like coordinates on the milling machine. I think the hole might be undersized a little bit, so I might need to open them up just a touch. Or at least I've got the positions. But there you are, I've successfully drilled that now to a 6 bolt. which is how the pilot one was. Okay, righto. Fantastic. I'll bring you back when there's more to show. See there, look. So I'll take the tank off and I'll put a dent in it, clean it up and solder it. Got 2 holes in this tank here. Don't think there's any more. So I'm going to generally just put solder on here, like that, almost like lead load in it. I think that might be okay. It worked quite well actually, to be honest. Just put plenty on. I dented it and I put plenty on and it seemed to be sticking well. Obviously it's important to do any of these repairs before you put fuel in it. So let's keep our fingers crossed, hope that's okay. Okay, I'll bring you back when there's more to show. Okay, I'll put it back on, put the tank back on. It's okay under there. No bubbles coming up. And I've sort of gone all along the bottom of the tank. You know, where if there was going to be anything, you'd expect it to be somewhere along the bottom. And I can't see anything. Wipe all the mess off it then and call it good. Okay, thanks a lot then. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Hello, look. There's that Ford Pop sender unit. I've just took it out of the tank. So I've took it out because what I want is a vent. What I was thinking of doing was making like a special bolt with a vent coming off it, and that's what I did on the 33. But what I've just noticed, if you look at this, I noticed there's a tube there. See that tube? Rather, there's a drilling there. And can you see that there's a drilling there? And when I took the lid off, there's a drilling there. So what I'm thinking is, if I set this up and drill down through there, down, it will go through that tube and through that tube, rather, and it'll reach there, pardon me, and that will be the breather in effect. It'll breathe through there, through the hole, and out of there. And what I'll do, I'll put I'll make a little stub pipe that'll go in there, maybe even just pressed in, and then put a piece of tubing on it. And I looked at the gasket, and the gasket seals off that hole at the top. So I think that is intended, you know, this casting was made so that that could be rigged up as a breather. That's what I think anyway. So I'm going to see if I can set this up somehow and just go in there and drill down through there. Okay, back in a bit. I've got a chuck in the chuck, look. That big chuck wouldn't hold this small drill. think that might be through, I'm not sure. I can't see the other hole. I can always take it out and put it back in again. It's not a massive setup. Okay, I'll be back in a sec. Just starting to rain. Can you see in there? You can see metal filings in there, look. So it has gone through. So that's good, isn't it? So I've got a little breather now. It goes from there to there. So I need to find just something suitable that'll go in there that I can put a pipe onto. Okay, so that's the next little step. I'll blow this out and put the lid back on. Quite clever, isn't it? What a useful device. Okay, back in a bit. Hello. Right, there's the tank pushed into place. I've had a go at making a breather. It's one of these where, you know, you have to think of an idea and try it. So it's something I can try. So if I pull this back, you'll see what I've made. So there's my breather, look. It comes out of the thing there. And I've made this sort of, it looks like a coiled up cobra, doesn't it? You know, like a, and the last part of it peaks over and then down, and then the end is open. And it's got a few turns of pipe, and then goes into a little bit of actually vacuum hose, which I assume will be kind of fuel, you know, compatible, and goes into the breather there, into the breather hole that I've drilled through the sender unit. I'm a little bit concerned that I'm a bit reliant on that JB weld, but to be honest, it isn't a very heavily you know, it's just somewhere to let air in, not under pressure, and occasionally it might have a tiny bit of fuel splashed into it, but you know, one would assume that by and large, as soon as you run, then it'll draw anything in back in. It's anything that you make is experimental. It's a prototype. So anyway, this is my prototype breather. It is free. I have blown air through it. It's bent quite a bit tighter than in a normal brake pipe bend. It is brake pipe, but because it's all brand new, it bends very nicely and very easily. But I think that's pretty neat, to be honest. And that'll just sit there. I might put like a blob of RTV on it or something to just bed it down or something, I don't know. That was something else that I bought. Look at this. A bag of 100. Nice, brand new, not very long. Philister head 1032 UNF, which are absolutely perfect for the sender unit. They're absolutely perfect for in there. I won't do that because it'll mean I'll have to pull the tank back a bit further, but you get the idea. I'm really pleased that, you know, occasionally you can find these things. I've got 100 of them, so they're just a bit short to use on carburetors though, unfortunately, which is a shame, isn't it? Anyway, that is my breather, which, other than a gasket, in theory that concludes all the work on the tank, other than bolting it in, of course. And when I push this forward, it fits in okay. And The other job I did, but I didn't film it, was there were some rather ugly screws and little metal brackets screwed on there and there, and I cleaned them off and put some solder in there and kind of just brushed it with a wire brush, and it kind of took the solder down to a nice level, so that looks okay, I think. Hopefully it doesn't leak. So there's all the fuel pipes in place. So now I can look at fixing the tank in. I mean, that was a second-hand fuel tank, so hopefully it'll be okay. Looks suitably sort of knocked about, doesn't it now? Okay, let's get that in then. Okay, right, that's home now. So, well, I haven't worked on petrol pipe, exhaust pipe for a few weeks now, so why is that still under the car? Because I'm a dick, that's why. Okay. Fuck's sake. Okay, so once again, there's the car, exactly as it looked before I started. But in my heart of hearts, I know everything's a little further along. Thanks very much for joining me then. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.